up, Chosenfew? Let's go over a finish when you get to like maybe that phase 1 triangle, but they have good posture. It's going to be really hard to triangle that person. So let's get into a different position where we can get we're going to go for a Baratoplata today, okay? So essentially it's a shoulder lock. So if I get him in triangle position, right, phase 1, essentially the way I talk about phase 1, I'm locked up, but I don't have the actual choke yet, okay? So as soon as I get here, let's turn this way a little bit, there we go. So he's got a good posture, so me trying to grab his head and pull it down is not working. It's hard for me to even get an angle to get more of a bite down this way, and I don't want to let go so we can start escaping. So the one thing that I'm going to go for, his hand usually, and somebody who's bracing really good and posturing up, their hand's going to go right on that hip, or right on your hip and elbow across your hips. So it's hard for me to really even reach up and do something. But he's giving me something right here. He's giving me his arm, okay? So I'm going to grab his arm. I'm going to just press it kind of into my leg. And when I do that, this elbow opens up a little bit. I'm going to get a little bit of an angle. I'm just going to reach my hand inside and then grab, okay? And now from here, what I'm going to do is my leg that's closest to the shoulder is going to go on this hip, right? And I'm going to push. I'm going to stay tight, but I'm going to try to push his hand inside my leg, okay? And now that I have this hand inside my leg, his hand has nowhere to go, so I'm going to reach as far as I can and grab my hip, okay? I'm still pinching down here, so he's not getting that angle, but I don't want him moving away because he's already in a weird predicament right here. So I'm going to grab the back of his head. I'm going to bring my foot around here. So now essentially I have almost like a forearm lock on his arm, and he can't really move away because of the tension that I have. Okay, and most Baratoplatas, what the goal is to push off his hip this way and reach under his leg or his arm to get this angle, to get this shoulder lock this way. Okay, so tap a little bit as soon as you start feeling it. Right, so I'm diving under and trying to get that position. But the super important thing about this is if I'm not keeping good pressure on his shoulder, I might not even get this. Okay, so as soon as I get here, I want my pressure over that shoulder blade down to get that tightness that I want. So now from here, when I rotate, I don't have to rotate that much to actually get the shoulder lock, okay? So if I'm diving all the way under here, I'm doing it wrong. Keep pressure down here and staying tight, so when I turn, there's not much for him to do, okay? So one more time, get my triangle choke, control, try to get my position here, foot on the hip, push in and down. Control this head, come around, bring my heel down towards that hip, making sure I'm grabbing my hip here, and then with this leg on this foot, is just going to extend me to get that Baratoplata, okay? So staying tight, reach under, and then get it from there, okay? If I'm reaching way too far under his leg or his arm, I'm not getting the pinch that I need on that shoulder, all right? Like, subscribe, go try it out.